final revision. We're dealing with personal finance, and there's a mix of different type of questions in terms of finance, personal finance tonight. I've got 3 different types of questions, so I want to try and get through them all. Here is the first scenario. All right, we got John's daughter, Megan, who works in Denmark. She earns an annual gross salary. Now, I want to talk just now about this word gross. Just remember that. An annual gross salary of 600,000 kroner, which is the Danish currency, kroner. Okay. She informed her father that she had the following annual deductions from her salary. Okay. We see 3 annual deductions, one for an investment policy, a labor market contribution, and an employment deduction. So there they are, all 3. The first question says, calculate in Rand Megan's annual gross salary using the following exchange rates. Now, who can tell me that word gross? What does it mean? What does the word gross mean when we talk about salaries? Your gross salary. Anybody? Anyone know what somebody know what the word gross means? Salary is income. Yes, salary is the income part. Your gross salary or your gross income is the salary. Is it the salary before deductions or the salary after deductions? It's without deductions, before deductions. Yes, very good. Well done, guys and girls. It's the gross salary, the one before deductions, the income before any deductions take place. So it says here she earns a gross salary of 600,000. Okay. She informed her father that she had the following annual deductions from her salary. So we have 3 deductions that will take money off the gross. Now, this question, which comes out of a matric exam, says, calculate in Rand Megan's annual gross salary using the following exchange rates. All right. So we're not looking at deductions. Here's that word gross again. We just want to know what is her gross salary here in rands. Okay, now, please be aware, we have 2 exchanges here. 2 exchanges. Now, we need to get from rands to krona, or I'm going to say KR, all right? Rands to krona, okay? But the exchange that they give us is from rands to euros, and then euros to rands. So for 4 marks in this question, it's not just a straight conversion. We've got to do 2 steps here. I hope you guys can see that, right? We're going to go from, in fact, the arrows are the wrong way. What we're first going to do is we're going to go from krona to euros and work out how many euros we have. And then we're going to go from euros to rands to work out how many rands we have. We can't go from krona to rands. We don't have an exchange for that. So we need to go krona to euro and then euro to rands. I hope you guys can see that, okay? So let's do this one. I want to give you guys a couple of minutes. I want you to go from krona to euros and then euros to rands to tell us how many rands Megan has earned in her annual gross salary. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes. I've given you a guide on what you should do. Let's see what answers you come up with. All right, I'll give you about 2 or 3 minutes. Shouldn't take long. I'll write it here. She has 6, whoopsie, not rands. She has 600,000 krona, and she needs to go to rands. Off you go. Pens, book, calculator, use those tools and find out how many rands she has if she has 600,000 krona. All right, everyone should be trying this one. All right, yeah, I think someone's having trouble there with the black screen issue. All right, we should be getting answers now. You can either put a thumbs up or you can put your answer in chat once you're done. So let me know that you guys are finished, and then we're going to go over this one. Hey, so just give us a thumbs up when you're done, or put your answer in chat. All right, some values are coming through. Good. Don't worry about what's on the screen. You just carry on and get your answer, and then we're going to see. Yo, Tando, you can't do this calculation in one step. You're going to have to do 2 steps. So the bottom step here is the first one, and then the top step here is the second one. So you have the right idea, but you're trying to do it all in one step. You must do it in 2 steps. So use your method, but do the one first, get an answer, and then, yeah, finish off by doing the second step. Okay, your symbols are correct, but you've got to do it in 2 steps. All right. We should have answers now, ladies and gents. We should have answers. All right, I'm going to start this one. If you're still busy, you carry on, but I'm going to start this one and let's see what we do. So the first thing we need to do is go from krona to euro, okay? And they say there are 7,47 krona. Every 7,47 krona gives you 1 euro. So we want to know how many euros we have. So we're going to cut up our 600,000 krona, cut it up into 7,47 pieces, and each one of those pieces is 1 euro. So we're going to divide, okay? So we're going to say 600,000 divided by 7,47. All right, this is going to cut our big value up into little 7,47 pieces, and each one of those 7,47 pieces is a euro. So how many euros do we have? Divide by 7,47, and this should give us 80321,2851. So 80321,2851, I think it is. Yeah. All right. I'm writing 4 decimal places because you know now that we never ever round off until the end of the question. Okay, so that's how many euros Megan has. Now we're going to go to South African rands. We know that 1 euro is 15,64 South African rands, and I've got a whole lot of euros here. Each one of them is 15,64. So I'm going to take this euro value. I know each one of these is 15,64 rand. So I'm going to multiply this now by 15,64. And this will give us our rands. Okay, so 80321,2851. You guys will check your answers now. There we go. So 1,001,256,224. And the cents are 899. And I'm going to round this off as we should, always rounding off to 2 decimal places, comma 90. Okay. All right, comma 90. Yes, we have a question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Afisa.
So, how are you, sir?
Good, and you? How's your holiday?
It's going good, sir. So,
Good.
for 4 is missing there by 2,851,4.
Okay. All right. Now, good point. So Safisa's saying, so if you want to write the whole thing, then you should write that
Yes, sir.
5th decimal place. Okay. Let's take that 5th decimal and see if it makes a difference to our answer here. I do show a lot of decimals
Yes,
during
sir.
my sum. Let's see
Yes.
if I go put that 4 back, I'll put it in there and see if it changes the answer. Now, you might argue and say, sir, well, that's, it has kind of changed your answer slightly. Yes, but it's
Yes.
a tiny little thing. So if you show around 4 decimal places,
Yes, sir.
you're kind of safe. If you're not feeling safe, show all 5 of them, but around 4 decimal places, you're safe. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
we got 899, and the calculator says it should be 900. So we kind of in the same area here. Now you might say, sir, let's be accurate. That's fine. Show that 5th decimal if you want. Put it on your calculator
Yes.
or write it down, and then you can be 100% safe. But after lots of practice with decimals, usually around the 4th decimal, you're kind of safe when you do these calculations.
Okay, sir, no problem.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so well done to you all. Getting the answer there, nice and easy. 2-step process, because we couldn't go from krona to rands. They gave us euro to rands and euro to krona. So we had to do 2 steps. Nice and easy, not too bad. All right, let's move on. Next question. If there's any questions about this, guys, please raise your hand or type it in chat. Moving on to question 2. Says, John stated that, well done, Tando. John stated that Megan's total annual deductions, the total annual deductions, excluding tax. Now, I don't want you to worry about this. Okay, don't worry about excluding tax. John says that the total deductions are more than 52% of her gross salary. He's making a statement. Verify by calculation whether the statement is valid. So all these deductions, he says, all these deductions are more than 52% of her gross salary. Is that true? We have the deductions. We have the gross salary. Let's figure it out. Let's see if it is. See if these deductions altogether are 52 or more than 52% of her gross salary. Remember, her gross salary is there, 600,000. Are these more than 52? You might look at them and say, yes. Well, you've got to show with calculation. All right. So there we go. On the screen are all the deductions. I want you to show me if these deductions together are more than 52% of her gross salary. Off you go. I'll give you 2 minutes. It's either a yay or a nay, a yes or a no, a ja or a neer. Okay. I don't know what the closer words for yes and no are. I know isiZulu, yebo, and cha. I don't know the other ones, guys. You're going to have to help me with that. All right, you should be almost done. It's not that difficult. So, Tando, the question is, these deductions here, these 3 deductions here, are they 52% and or more of her gross annual salary? They're making a statement. They think that these 3 are 52% or more of the gross salary. Is that true or not true? We've got to calculate and check if it's true or not. All right, some people have got answers here. Obviously, they've done calculations to get their answers. Good, 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 good. Well done. Guys are coming through with their answers. Fantastic. All right, we're getting a whole lot of people saying, yes, it's true. Good, good, good. Well done. You guys are working well. All right, let's check it out. I'm not going to write the whole sum out. I'm going to do it on my calculator just to save time because we've got a lot to get through tonight. Okay, so this is what you will have to write out. We need to add up all these deductions. So 229,760 plus 48,000 plus 37,200. We got 314,960. 314,960. Now I'm going to write that value down. So we want to know 314,960 krona of the 600,000. Will that be 52% or more. Well, we're going to do a percentage calculation. We're going to put that value at the top of the value at the bottom, and we're going to multiply by 100 to get a percentage and to check this answer. Okay, so let's do that sum here. So 314,960 are out of, let's try that again. 314,960 of 600,000, and then multiply that by 100, and we get 52,49. So yes, his statement is valid or true. Okay. All right. Well done to everyone. Good job. We're moving on. Now, you know me, we start off nice and easy in the shallow waters and we move to the deeper waters. All right. And I know you dread it when I say that, but we have to push. All right. We have to learn. We have to stretch ourselves. So I'm going to give you guys a tariff table. There we go. Tariff table. So table 2 below shows the stepped water tariff rates or a sliding scale for residential properties in Cape Town. 1st of February 2018, the level 6 tariffs were changed. Okay, so they did change from level 4 to level 6. We've got level 4 in the first column here. All right, and then we've got level 6 in the second column there. So the tariffs did go up. All right, here's the question at the bottom. Use the table to calculate the amount a household will have to pay for consuming 15.3 kiloliters. Now, these values are VAT included. We can see that here, so we don't have to worry about VAT. The question doesn't even mention VAT. That's something that we should check for. The question is, are we using level 4 or level 6? We're going to use level 6. All right, so these are the ones we're going to use, the latest ones. Those are the tariffs we're going to use. And we've got 15,3 kiloliters. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to do this one. We've done this so many times now, so you guys should be good with this. Grade 11s, you guys should be doing this. All right. Grade 10s, a little bit challenging for you, but try your best. Matrix, this should be a walk in the... Oh, no, guys. See? Chiamo with the first emoji, now everyone else is disappearing. All right, so please give it your best shot. Give it your best shot there. Step by step. How do you eat elephant? Bite by bite, mouthful by mouthful. Start somewhere and progress from there. Okay. We've done this before. It'll come to you if you just make a start on it. We don't have to worry about that. Off you go. It should take you about 5 minutes. We need to work out how much will they pay if we have 15.3 kiloliters of water using this tariff table. How many rands will they pay for 15.3 kiloliters? And we have to use this tariff table or sliding scale table to work that out. Okay, so here's the question underneath the table there. Pretty straightforward question for a tariff table. You know, if you get a tariff table, you're going to get this kind of question. Okay. I hope you guys remember to do the little trick that I taught you, or the little hint that I gave you when dealing with these. And when you have an answer, give us a thumbs up, or you can put the answer in the screen there. But everyone should be trying it here. Everyone should be working hard here. All right, don't sit and wait for answers to come up. Try your best, give it your best shot. All right. These do take a while, quite a bit of work involved. Just go very slowly and very carefully. Good. I see most of you working hard at these. Very good. Should have an answer there or some calculations in front of you. And if you have an answer, give us a thumbs up or your answer. It's up to you. And then we know when most of you are finished. All right, good. We've got some answers coming through. While we're waiting for those answers, I'm going to ask Tia Kia, have you and Joburg, have you heard anything about what's it called? Water rationing? What's it called?
No,
It's
not at all.
not like water load shedding in Johannesburg. Anything? You haven't heard anything like that?
Oh, then yeah, I have. Because I know in my town, they said they either stole something or something blew up at the water station. Now we don't have water. You know, in South Africa, there's just always something going on. Somebody's stealing something somewhere. And then the rest of us are inconvenienced. But there is actually water in our town. So I don't understand which parts of the town doesn't have water. But I know the school that I teach at has like water shedding problems.
Yo, it's ridiculous. Eh? It's crazy.
Yeah, no. In this country, somebody will steal something somewhere.
Yeah. You know what? South Africans are resilient. Eh? We're very, very, very resilient. We can handle quite a lot, but this is getting out of hand now.
Yeah, it's like, how are we supposed to live? No electricity, no water. What are they going to do? Take the petrol next? Because that's also sky high.
Yeah, Tando's saying we have to, some areas they have to strike for water. Yeah.
Oh no.
They're going to come after our Wi-Fi next. Right? They're going to start rationing our Wi-Fi and then our
Or our will to live. That's also
yeah,
another thing they might just come for.
yeah, happiness shedding. Yeah, load shedding the happiness.
Or they might shed education.
Oh, never, 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 never. We keep going. We'll never, never let them do that. All right, we got some answers coming through. Fantastic. Good job. Well done. All right, if you're still busy, that's fine. I'm gonna make a start on this. You carry on, and then you can check at the end when you're finished what we have on the screen. All right, we do this step by step. So the first thing we do is we say 15,3 kiloliters of water. This is how much we have. All right, in our first bracket, our first one, we go from 0 to 6. We're definitely going to go through that whole bracket there, and that's 6 kiloliters of water. Now, when I asked you guys to do these, I asked you to actually work out how many kiloliters of water in each bracket. It really does help. Okay, so if you can look and see and write it down, we've got 9.5 here, and I don't think we're going to go through that. So the first three are written down there. We've got 6 kiloliters, then 4.5 kiloliters, then 9.5. All right, it's important information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'm working through the first bracket definitely because I've got 15. They only go up to 6 there. So I'm going to take the first 6 kiloliters of water. All right, so this is what I'm minusing. I'm saying take that portion of water first, which leaves me with 9.3. All right, that first portion of water, which is 6 kiloliters, gets charged at its specific rate, which is 29 Rand and 93 cents. All right, now I'm just going to move my calculation because it's going to be quite big and I need to squash it up a little bit. So let's shrink it down and move it over to about there. Okay, so this first 6 kiloliters is charged at 29 Rand 93. We need to work out what that is. So 6 times 29 Rand 93, and that gives us 179.58. All right, 179.58 rands. Okay, that's the first calculation. All right, now just remember we've got 9.3 kiloliters left still to take care of. The second bracket now, we've got to look at that and we see there's 4.5 kiloliters of water in that bracket. We've got 9.3 left, so we're definitely going to go all the way through that bracket. Okay, so what I'm going to say now is I'm going to say I've got 9.3 left. I'm going to take the second bracket's water out. It's 4.5 kiloliters. All right, because I did a little sum there and I said from 6 to 10.5 is 4.5. Okay, I'm taking that bracket's water out, which means I'm left with, it's 4.8, I think. Let's check. So 9.3 minus 4.5. Yes, 4.8. So it's 4.8 kiloliters is left over. All right, that 4.5 that I took out gets charged at a new rate, which is 52 Rand 44. All right, this gives me 4.5 times 52.44. This gives me a Rand value for that bracket 235.98. 235.98. All right, that's how much money is in that bracket. All right, now we're going to obviously move into the third bracket, right? In the third bracket, this third one here, we have a total of 9.5 kiloliters, but I've only got 4.8 left over. All right, so I'm not going to go all the way through that bracket. I'm staying somewhere in the third. I'm not moving through the third into the fourth because I've got 4.8 kiloliters of water left. This bracket, the whole thing is 9.5. So I'm not moving through there. Okay. And in this bracket, each kiloliter is charged at 114 Rand. How many kiloliters do I have here? I've got 4.8 remaining. So this last 4.8 is all going to be in bracket 3, and everything in bracket 3 is charged at 114 Rand. Okay. And this will give me a total of 547.2. All right, so that is the third bracket's Rand value. Now I just add them all up. I'm not going to write the sum out, guys. You should write the sum out, please. I'm just going to add these all up now. So we've got 179 Rand 58, 179.58 from bracket 1. Plus, I've got 235 Rand 98 from bracket 2. Plus, I've got 457 Rand 20 from bracket 3. And this will give me a grand total of 962.76. Okay, 962.76. Now, normally you guys would check the question to see, do I need to add VAT onto this? No, these values are including VAT, so we don't need to add VAT. So that is how much you will pay for, 15.3 kiloliters. Are there any questions? Looking at my answers, and yours, what is the difference? Why are we getting different answers? Have a look and see. But we should all be getting 962.76. All right. All right. Well done, Lesejo, Tando, Dianti, Casamila. Those guys are all getting that value. Well done to you. Good job. Well done, Katlejo. Good job. Well done. So check your calculation now. This is why I ask you guys to do the calculations, because you need to check what you have, check what's on the screen, what is different, why is it different, and then you can correct your work for next time that you try this. Okay. Huh. You're saying so easy, easy peasy. All right. I hope Tiamo was reading that as well. Yes,
yeah,
we are
remember
getting.
how they used to complain on tariffs? Look at them go.
Yeah, we've done this before. And when you look at the question, you see 6 marks tariff. Oh, I can't do it. But when you start, you remember how you do it because you've practiced this and it starts to flow, just like the water in the pipes. It starts to flow. Okay. So there's our answer. If there's no, yes. I see we have a question. I think Sophie's already.
We saw your hand up.
It went up, and then I think it went down.
Maybe it was a mistake.
Yeah, he's practicing using that button. All right. All right, can we move on? Are we all good? Do you see where yours is different to the one on the screen? Yes, it is getting better. You see, it's not so bad. The first time you try something, it's often difficult, but the more you practice, the better you get. The more you practice, the better you get. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, let's move on to what I like to think is the deep, dark waters of personal finance. Matrix, you are pretty much guaranteed to get one of these in the exam, and it's a tax question, a personal tax question. Okay, so we're going to end off tonight with a, no worries, Safisa. We're going to end off with a personal tax question. So here we go. Yamkele, an employee, is 64 years old, receives a gross salary, there's that word gross, before deductions of 37,537 Rand and 75 cents per month. Now, please, with tax, make sure you are reading these words here, per month, because the tax tables are usually annual tables. So they give you a monthly salary. You're going to have to change that to get into the table. All right, so it's a per month salary. And there are 2 points to note here. He contributes towards a government employment pension fund, number one. And he also contributes to a charity, number two. Now, I don't know if you know this, but when you donate money to a charity, it's actually tax deductible. But I know what you're thinking. Cool, I'm just going to give money to my friend down the road who all of a sudden created a charity. No, there has to be a registered, vetted charity that the government knows about. Okay, but if you give money to a charity, it also is tax deductible. You don't have to pay tax on that. Okay, so pension, medical aid, and donations to charities are non-taxable. You don't have to pay tax on those values. Okay, we've got two of them here. All right, here we go. Question one. Show how the initial tax of 35,243 in tax bracket number 2 was calculated. Now, I remember the matrix when they came back from trials. Can't remember if it was Ben or who it was, but they mentioned that they had a question like this. So what they're saying is, if you look at the tax table in tax bracket number 2, all right, which is this one here, they're saying, tell us that, whoopsie, let me rub this out. This value here of 35,253, how is that calculated? I remember talking about this, I think it was to Ben, how we get that value. In fact, it was the end of a lesson and we carried it through to another lesson, if I'm not mistaken. Who can tell me? Who can tell me, where do they get that value from? How do they work that value out? The question is, how do we get this value? How is it worked out? Who can tell me? Anybody out there that knows this 35,253 in bracket number 2, where does that value come from? Anybody?
Somebody?
Somebody? Is there somebody out there that can help me with
No.
this question?
Ben to the rescue.
Yeah, I knew Ben was going to come through for this.
Ben just checked. There we go.
Hi, sir.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. And how are you?
I'm good. I'm enjoying my holiday. I'm sure you are too.
Yes. I'm not sure, but is the 18% of 195,850?
That's exactly it. Well done, Ben. So what this value is, from bracket number 1, 18% of this maximum value here will give us this 35,253. All right. And then 26% of this maximum value there should give us the next one, which is 63,853. So what they're doing is they're putting the maximum tax from each bracket as a starting point for the next bracket down. Okay. So what they want us to do is work this out. Yes, Kazimla, you got it. They're going to say, we want to say 18% of 195,000. 18%, we write like that, times 195,850. Let's check. Will it work? I'll put my calculator back up here. So 18 over 195. 850. Whoopsie, what am I doing? 100, 195,850, 35253. There we go. So that's how we do it. All right. So that's how we get 35,253. All right. Nice and easy. Yes. Well done. Good job. Okay. So that's how we do this first question. So I'm going to take this here and I'm going to move it over to the question and plug it in there. And then you guys can start reading the next one. All right. The next question says, calculate the total amount that Yamkele pays towards pension and donations for the year. All right. We've got two things to take care of here. Well done, Sally. So we've got two things to take care of. We've got a pension, which is 7.5% per month. Now, 7.5% of what? It's 7.5% of the gross salary. Okay, so that 7.5% there is of gross salary. So 7.5% of the gross salary and 575 Rand per month. These both need to be worked out and calculated for an annual amount all together. This is 5 marks worth. I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes to do that. So I need the pension, which is 7.5% of the gross salary. Add that to the charity, which is 575 per month. And we should get a final total annual value. Yes. Okay. So I need you guys to do that one. What do they pay towards pensions and donations for the whole year? Yo, Tana, that was very fast for 5 marks. There should be quite a few calculations. We need 7.5% of the gross monthly, and then find that out, and then 575 per month, work that out, and then we need to work out an annual value, a total value for the year. Let me know in chat when you guys are finished, or you can put your answer there. Either put a thumbs up or your answer, let me know when you're finished, and we can try this one out. Right, we're not even looking at the tax table, we're just looking at these two items, the pension and the charity payments. How much will Yamkela pay in a year on these two items? All right, we got guys. So Chiamo, that's just it's just a straight value. You don't need to work anything out there. You don't have to work out a percentage or anything. It's just 575 per month. But the question wants a total amount for the year. That's a monthly value. We need an annual value for the charity. And then you need to add it to the pension calculation. So like I said, charity payments are non-taxable. Yes, we do need to add them in the end. So we need to know what they both are. So this is a scaffolded question. So these two tax deductible items, we can't pay tax on them. So we need to know how much they are, because you have your gross salary. You should take that to the tax table straight away. But if you have these items here, you can't tax that portion of your salary. So from the salary, you have to pay these two things, your pension and the charity payments, and then that value there mustn't go into the tax table. So we're going to have to do something with that value, remove it from the salary before we go into the tax table. So this is why they're asking question 2, because we need to know what these values are before we go into the tax table. So more than likely the next question is going to be, all right, determine how much tax Yamkela must pay. So we have to actually find this out first before we go to the tax table. All right, you guys should be about done. I saw some answers coming up there. So you carry on doing it and we'll check together at the end. Okay, yes, you still got answers coming through. Very good. All right, let's try it out now. So I'm going to start this one. So 7.5% of the gross salary, and the gross salary was 37,537.75. All right, so 7.5% of the salary every month. What is this value? So 7.5% times 100. Oh, sorry. Times 37,537.75 gives us 2815, 33125. 2815, 2815, 3312. So 3312. I'll leave it like that to 4 decimals. All right, so that is the monthly pension amount that this person is paying. All right. I'm going to leave that there for now. And we also have 575 Rand, I think. Yes. Okay, so we'll take this monthly pension value, which is 2815, 3312, and add it to the charity payment, which is 575 Rand. And this gives us a total amount, 2815.3312 plus 575 gives us 3390.3312. 390.3312 per month. This is per month, right? These are monthly values. We need to know how much for the whole year. So we will take this monthly value and then we need to multiply it by 12 to get an annual value. All right, so we need to multiply this by 12. And that gives us 40,683.9744. 40,683.9744, which is roughly equal to 4683.97. All right. So the answer for the number is 33125. Okay, 33125. All right, I'll put it in. Let's check. Let's add that 5th decimal. Put that 5 in there. Put the 5 in here. Put the 5 in here. Put the 5 in here. And then let's check. All right, so I'll come back and I'll put that 5 in and let's see. 339. Okay, there's the 5 in there. And I'm going to multiply it by 12. 40683.975. Oh, actually, oh, okay, so that's fine. So let's correct it. So 40683.975. So I'm going to change this to 975. So that's what it does. And this will actually change this answer. So that's very interesting. So maybe 4 decimals is not enough. Maybe we should show more. They'll actually change it to 40633.98. All right, Tanis is saying, so come on. Show the 5th decimal. It could change it up. 0.98. Yeah, there we go. All right, so 40683.98. So this is how much this person pays towards pension and charity. There was a monthly amount. We multiplied it by 2 to get an annual payment of 40,683 Rand 98. Are we all good with that? You see how we got it? You see how we got that value? Are we all good? All right. Please speak now. Do never ever hold your peace. All right. So there we go. Now we're going to move on to the next question, which is obviously going to say, all right, now that you know this, work out the taxable income. Well, this is not work out the tax. This is work out the taxable income. Work out the income that needs to go into the tax table. All right. So what we need to do now is take the gross salary, which is, it's up here, there it is. This is his gross salary. And not the whole salary is going to be taxed. Okay, but let's work out what this monthly salary is for the whole year. So what we'll do is we times this by 12. All right, so take the gross salary, which is before deductions. I'm just going to show you what the annual figure is here. Times it by 12, we get 450,453. So 450,453 and no cents. That's the gross annual salary, but we've got these tax deductions here that we need to remove. All right, so we take off the tax deductions before we go into the tax table. Don't go into the tax table without taking these off. All right. So how do we know that we need to use this value, 40,683 and 98 cents? Because the question started with the word hence. You see question 3 starts with the word hence. What that means is now that you have this answer in question 2, you need to use it in question 3. That's what the word hence means. Take your answer for the previous question and use it now in this question. All right. So we've taking off the tax deductions, and this value is what we're going to go hopefully into the tax table with. So 450,453 minus our deductions, 40,683,98, and that gives us a taxable income, 409,769.02. 409,769.02. All right, this income is taxable. And then you see the question 4, verify with the calculations that Yamkele's tax that he pays per month, careful of that, per month is more than 6,850. Now there's a lot to do here, okay? I want you to please start this. All right, I want you to please start, which means I've got to show you the tax table. So hold that figure. Okay, in fact, I'll copy it here. Hold this figure. What we'll do tonight is work out, ignore rebates. Let's just do the calculation to see before the rebates and everything else, how much tax is the person paying. So this is the value. There it is there. That is the value that's taxable. Pick the bracket to work in. Look at the calculation needed, and let's work out how much tax. We might not have time for the rebates tonight because we're going to give you the quiz, but let's work out the tax on that annual salary. Yes, so we've got people saying, sir, you need to be in bracket 3. You're absolutely correct. We need to be in bracket 3. All right. So look at bracket 3, look at the calculation, and let's do that calculation tonight. And then on Tuesday next week, we'll come back to this question and show how to do the rebates. All right, so you can see here how they scaffolded this whole question, broke it up into little pieces to get this final value out. So it should take you guys about 2 or 3 minutes to work out how much tax is this person paying on this annual taxable income. Bracket 3's calculations, off you go. You should be able to do it. We won't look at rebates. Let's just do the tax calculation here using that bracket 3 calculation, and then we'll look at rebates next time because we're not going to have enough time. So I want you guys all to try this. Look at that calculation in bracket 3. All right, shouldn't take you guys long. We should see answers popping up now. Oh, there's a huge value tunnel. Just check your calculation there. Let's see what's different. All right. Ndinengwa's got a value there. Okay, so let's quickly get the answer for this before we say goodnight and before you get your quiz link. So this is the calculation we need to do. I've written it on the screen. We need to work out how much more than 305,850 are we with our 409,000. So we've got to subtract to find the difference. Then we're going to multiply it by 31%, and we're going to add it on to 63,853. All right, I'm going to do it step by step. So what I'll do is, let's move the calculator here for now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 409, because you guys might have done a step by step. 409,769.02 minus 305,850. What is the difference between the two? That is the difference, 103,919,02. Okay, this needs to be multiplied by 31%. So I'm going to go ahead and do it and say times 31%. Get that answer, that's what it is, and that needs to be added to, put it here now, 63,853, and there we go. All right, 96,067 rands and 89.6, so 90 cents. Yes, yo, guys, look how far we've come. Kazimla there rounding off correctly, fantastic. All right, so rounding off would be 96067,90, rounding off to 2 decimal places, 90 after the decimal. Yes. Okay, now this is the tax that you have to pay, but we will also look at rebates on Tuesday next week. We also have to take off the rebates from here. But yes, you've used the tax table correctly. There are the links to the quiz. Please don't go without taking that link. Practice what you've learned tonight and on Tuesday. And we will see you guys next week, Tuesday, where we continue with our revision course. It's still finance next week. We'll see you on Tuesday next week. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go get an ice cream. Safiso?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So can I please ask, why do we don't use 300,000 and five? Yeah, 300,005. Yeah, I'm not sure about that number. Sir.
305,851.
Yes, sir. Why don't you use that number and we're using 200,500 and
850.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this 305,850, that value, if you look at the bracket number 2, there it is there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what they're saying is anything above the maximum of bracket 2 falls in bracket 3.
3. Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you are earning more than the maximum of bracket 2, which starts at 305,851, anything more than that, then you must be paying 31% of that value plus 63,853. So bracket 2 stops at 305,850. If you go over 305,851, then
Yes,
we
sir.
want to know. So if you earn 305,851, you will say I'm 1 rand over, 1 rand times 31% plus the 63,853.
Oh, okay. So we don't need to minus the one in bracket 3.
Yeah, so in bracket 3, this value at the end here, I'll do it in a different color. All that is saying is how much are you above bracket 2's maximum? That's what this see income above, those words, the income above 305,850. Yes, how much are you above bracket 2's maximum value?
Oh, okay.
However much you are over that value, that extra money must be charged at 31%.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, no problem.